we're using our own product to build our own product. So we're actually one of our own top users. You can think of it as a tool to create AI agents without code that perform tasks and manage communication and documentation. So you can think of it that way in the language of AI agent today, but it uses that architecture of that I described that we call object messaging and intelligent objects. So it uses that in the notion of a critical entity being self-contained and self-aware and having algorithms associated with it to limit its execution in terms of what all it can do. So it's not going to go haywire and hallucinate. It's a very deterministic process, but the tiny language model inside those objects just gives it the ability of understanding natural language, really, and being able to interact with users and understand if an object comes to you and there's been a conversation for 2 weeks with 4 other people and you forget about it, you just ask the object saying, summarize yourself. And it just summarize it and say, well, highlight what Declan had to say about it. So instead of you going reading, with 3 weeks of history, it
Right.
can interact with you in an intelligent way. Or maybe you're an attorney and you get our system and you have 4 people working for you and you want to assign things to people. So instead of sending him a message, you create this task agent and say, Declan, do XYZ for this client and it's belonging to this project, So, and that object comes and tells you, and then you sit there and go, well, I need Susie's help as well. Can you get Susie's help? And that object shows up in Susie's inbox. It's not that you have to send a message to Susie's inbox. So basically, this is really what changes everything. That's why in my introduction pitch, I said, instead of shuffling dumb messages back and forth, you're basically exchanging intelligent objects. And these objects just know where to go, because if you tell it, ask Declan if we need something, it's like an intelligent agent. It's not a message. It'll show up and say, do we need, and it knows what to share with you. So this is really by design. And we're giving behavior, very predefined, disciplined behavior to these critical entities, these objects. And then we let them loose. But we will let them loose. They're not going to go all over the place. They're well programmed. They cannot execute more than these 4 or 18 functions, but they also can read and understand language, and you can ask them questions. And so it completely changes the whole game. And imagine a lot of little bots that are intelligent, but they're confined. They're custom programmed, but they're intelligent. But they're not going to run wild, you see?
New rules, new user experience. Can non-technical people use what Masood's outlining? By building intelligence into the object, it makes it easier for people to use. Now, designing for human usage is key here, and I want to know about non-technical staff. That's where I come to play. They might not understand the object-centric approach. Can normal people use this, or do we still need an engineer's training to get it? It sounds like the old question where people used to try to figure out how a computer works rather than using it as a tool. But remember, AI is a platform, not just a tool in Masood's world.